So I'm getting really pissed off at our government right now. They are so out of touch with reality and with the people of the United States, with the citizens of the United States. The government is so out of touch that they think a stimulus bill needs to pay other countries. They're taking our money and giving it to other countries. And it's getting ridiculous. So, early this year, the first thing I want to talk about is how pissed off I was, just like the rest of you, to find out that our government shut down the economy, shut down jobs, and basically said, don't go outside, don't do anything, don't go to work, which was a violation of our constitutional rights, specifically our right to pursue happiness. That one doesn't really get a lot of talk, a lot of news, or a lot of publication, but it is a right. It is a right of ours, and it's being destroyed. So, early on in this coronavirus BS, the government noticed, like the rest of us, that there was no food. There was no toilet paper as well, no supplies. Everything was out. Stores were empty, shelves were empty everywhere. And the government did not have a backup supply to send to people. They didn't have food stocked up. They didn't have toiletries or anything else, any of these essentials. And all they did was argue about how much money to send to people. But they don't even have that. They don't have money. We don't have money. We're in debt. But that's all they wanted to do was argue over how much money that they should send to people and then send to other countries and to other rich organizations like museums and this BS place that plays music for rich people. Okay, so you got your money, you got your stimulus check, but the stores were empty. There was no food. It's ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous that our government is so inept and that they don't stock anything up for emergencies. So what are we going to do, people? What are you going to do? Now it's the end of 2020. And here they are again, arguing over money, and they just approved some BS, billions of dollars, and a lot of it, from what I've seen, is a majority of the money, maybe like 80%, is going overseas again. It's ridiculous. So, one of the big Democratic agendas is our schools, our teachers needing more money, our schools needing more money, and yet they're sending $800 billion a year overseas. Now they shut down this pandemic. They shut down our country because of this pandemic or fake-demic, whatever you want to call it. Over a 1% death rate. But if you go over to the CDC stuff, the CDC website, you see that unintentional injuries and accidents are 40% of the death rate. 40% people who die are from accidents. And then another 20%, this is white people, by the way. This is what it shows. They divide everything out by race. So another 20% basically in suicide, 5% in homicide. So 65% death rates, 65% are accidents and murder or self-murder. Now, if you go over to the black males, which I tell you what, if I was a black male in America, I'd be pretty pissed off, like beyond what I am. I'm pretty pissed off right now. And the homicide rate for black males up to 19 years of age is 35%. That's pretty darn high. But they shut down our economy over 1% death rate of basically, and then it's basically the old white people, which the Democrats and liberals hate. They're like, oh, you're an old white person, but then they go and vote for one. Like, old white males suck. You don't know what you're talking about. But then they vote for one in office. Freaking lunatics. But anyway, let's go back to this for a second. They shut down the economy over basically a 1% death rate. 1%. But let's, for all argument's sake, let's say the ghetto, the urban, the inner cities of a black man, 35% on homicide rate. And then another 30% from 20 to 44 years old on homicide rate. Suicide is 5%. Unintentional injuries is 26%. So what are they doing to help the inner cities, the urban areas, the ghettos? As I live in the ghetto. I call it the ghetto because it's kind of trashy here. There's a lot of crime. So let's just call whatever you call it. That's what it is. I'm not politically correct. I don't care. You can be pissed off. You can troll me in the comment sections. You can be pissed off and say you're crap to me. I don't care. Anyway, 40% death rates from homicide and suicide. Sorry, you guys, stop killing yourselves. Become happy. Figure out how to become happy. Get rid of those things that make you unhappy and focus on becoming happy. Okay, anyway, 35%. They're not shutting down the inner cities. They're not shutting down Indianapolis because of all these homicides. They're not shutting people down. They don't care. They don't care about people. They only care about money. And that's all they argue about is money. And here it is. Here it is for you. Now, another thing I want to talk about, guys, is this whole mask BS. I haven't worn a fucking mask the entire year. I tried a little bit, and it's not for me. And I realized that it's dumb. So you have these grown men who talk about eating a girl's ass. And then you see them wearing a freaking mask because they're scared of a cold. This overhyped cold virus, basically. With a 1% death rate. But before that, this 30% homicide rate, they weren't walking around with masks on their face. Scared? No. Scared to catch a cold, but you're eating a woman's ass. Come on. Grow the fuck up. Stop wearing those masks. Ridiculous. Okay. It's not a mask. It's a face diaper. Let's call it what it is. I've got a list here of stuff I wanted to talk about. I think I basically blew through it all a lot quicker than I wanted to. So I don't think these people actually fully support the Democratic Party. I mean, heck, I don't support the Republican Party at this point. I hate politicians. They're all corrupt, piece of shits. I've already cussed, so let's just throw it out there. But anyway, I just know the world is full of hate. There's people who are full of hate, and that's all they want to do is hate. So they latch on to something just so they can hate. So they're hating Republicans just because they just want to hate. And you see it out there. They don't care about anything. But seriously, our government is out of touch with us. Stop voting Republican. Stop voting Democrats. Stop voting liberals. Because in this whole one world stuff, I'm not a political person. I don't know all the terms with this stuff. The socialists, come on, guys. Look what your socialists just did. Those guys that you keep hiring to represent you just sent your money overseas. You're saying that they need to give you more help. But guess what? They didn't. They sent you a couple $100 to make you happy and just sent your rest of it overseas. They shut the economy down. And now they're borrowing from our youth and our youth's children, like our children's children's children, to give to the overseas and to give to other areas. When you guys say that the schools, the inner cities need this money and need something. So why are you going to keep voting for these a-holes, basically? They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They just want our money and to argue about our money and to argue about where that money goes and such and such. They don't care. If they cared for us and if they cared for you, then they would have had stockpiles of food, stockpiles of supplies to send to everybody. But they don't. They don't care. They do not care at all. At all. I'm done. I'm done with these people. I don't know what's going to happen November 6th. I'm hearing rumors. I'm hearing rumors of war. Rumors of everything that goes with war. So, what do you want to do? What are you going to do about it? What can we do about it? I'm not voting for these guys anymore. I'm not voting for a single politician again. If you want to be in office your whole life, you're not getting my vote. If you want to help and change this country, I will vote for you. I will help you out. I voted for Donald, I think it's Donald Rainwater for governor. I don't remember his first name. I think it is Donald, but I know his last name's Rainwater for governor of Indiana because he wanted to get rid of property taxes. I know he wanted to cut in Indiana income taxes as well. And I'm kind of for that. So, yeah, I'm for that. I'm for independents and libertarians and conservatives. I'm for constitutionalists. I'm sick of our rights being violated. I am. Is there a war coming, guys? If so, and it gets rid of our politicians, I'm okay with it. That was another thought of mine. I just remembered. I forgot to even write it down. So, this whole stimulus bill and sending money overseas. There's a lot here that just re-sparked in my brain. So, the money going overseas could be the politicians embezzling the money of the United States citizens. Embezzlement is basically what it is. They're taking money, they're sending it to foreign bank accounts, probably where they can run off if a war happens, because I guarantee they're not going to stick around. They all probably have homes other places because you guys have allowed it. We all have allowed it, basically. They're sending money overseas, billions in dollars. They probably have homes and guards and people where they're going to be like, oh, this crap hitting the fan. I'm out of here. Let's go. And I can see it. They took our money, sent them overseas, and just in case crap hits the fan, they're gone. They've got their private jets. They're flying out of here. The first gunshot, I guarantee. Oh, let's go. Let's get our bug out bag. Let's get on that jet and fly. That's what they're doing. They're getting out of here. And leaving the rest of you, the rest of us, you and us, you and me, us, me and us. They're taking our crap and leaving us to clean it up. I mean, look at California. All the crap piled up everywhere, all the trash. That's basically what they're doing. And they're leaving us to clean it up. They're taking our money, sending it overseas to where they can just go and be happy. Stop voting for this crap. Get your crap together and fix this fucking country.